Hi, I hope you're all having fun in quarantine and not getting too crazy and stuck inside. I had a couple ideas for you to do some art. If you've ever heard of Andy Goldsworthy, he's an amazing Scottish artist, and he does a lot of really fun things with stuff he finds in nature, leaves and sticks and stones. And some of you may remember at Camp Eagle Fern, I believe might have been this year or last year, we did some of his things near the river. If not, I will put some links to his work with this video, and I just wanted to show you what you can do in your own yard. I've got a bunch of bamboo, so I figured that would be easy. And these are just old bamboo stalks that are dead, and I pulled them out, and they break like super easy right on the node, which is kind of fun. Some of them do. So I wanted to get some things that were basically kind of the same shape and size. A lot of his stuff, he gathers things that are really similar, especially like colors of leaves and same kind of stones, and he just changes. I don't even believe he uses tools. He just uses his fingers and his fingernails to kind of change. And if he wants to make a color on it, he'll just kind of do something like that, kind of scratch, and he'll make cool designs and patterns on leaves. You can do, it's all your imagination. I've got kind of long fingernails because of my ukulele playing, so that's just very basic, but he does some really cool things. But he even uses cut and make different shapes and weave things together, and voila! I don't know, just use your imagination. Try to figure out something fun. These are all different lengths, so maybe I'll put them kind of in order of length. Kind of put them all together like a xylophone or something. Ooh, these actually have cool. I just chose this spot right here because it's a little bit of a blank canvas. I could have done it here, but it seemed like there's a lot of stuff kind of in your way for visually. A million things you could do. You can do that, or we can even do geometric forms. Maybe that's what I'll do. Just kind of making it up as I go. So what looks cool? You can use sticks or anything like that. Depends on what you have in your yard. I was thinking you could even be inside, and if you have a bunch of paper clips or books or magazines, you can do all sorts of different shapes and things. Our plum tree has a bunch of yeah, it's going to be hard to gather enough of those. They're all on the ground already. But I do have all this bamboo that I trimmed the other day. Or I could find some weeds, but if I go like this, I can gather a bunch of leaves in my pocket. And this is the time of year a lot of things are going to be growing, especially you can help your parents do some weeding and use the weeds for for art projects. You'll say, I'm going to go do my chores, and you get, two birds with one stone kind of thing. Key is to kind of make it into a pattern. In nature has patterns, but a lot of them they don't. A lot of these patterns we make you would never see in nature. So that's what kind of gives it that human art part to it, and it's a mix. It's kind of the collaboration with nature and your imagination. Pretty fun. You can also look for different rocks. I have a lot of gravel here. If I could find a lot of similar rocks, like a lot of round rocks, or maybe find a gradation of rocks, like something that goes from really round to maybe really square or something. And if you got something like that going, and you have the capability of doing some animation, that could be pretty cool too. You could animate them showing the rock maybe going from square to round or something. Maybe do stones in one of my triangles, just to make it a little different. I just had a thought. It'd be fun if you had the capability, you could do a little time lapse of this. You could set up your phone or your iPad or whatever you have, and just aim it at that while you're working, and when you're done you can see how it goes. It's always fun to see things in kind of a different speed. So I'm about, I don't know, 3/5 of the way through. Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So 5/7 of the way through. Nice thing about this too, it's kind of like a Zen meditation as you're going. It's just very relaxing, kind of get your mind off stuff. I found some more leaves, different kind of weeds, so I decided I would use those in these last two triangles. I thought of a cool idea of putting a little one of these white dots on each rock. Your fingers would probably work better than mine for this. So when you're doing this, just keep going until you get to the point where you like it. But if you keep going, if you like, it seems like it needs a little more. Like right now I see some little dirt patches. I'm like, I think it would look better with a couple more leaves covering those up. And sometimes you have to race the rain clouds. This may all get washed away in just a minute. But that's another part of it. Daniel and I called it transitory art when we did it at the Camp Eagle Fern. So it's just here and for a little while, but it's more the doing of it, I think, than the final outcome of it. All right. So while I was doing this, I discovered a cool leaf, and I have no idea. It's super weird. So normally it's a leaf, but it's like a double, and you can see it's like kind of all stuck together. It somehow grew together. I don't know what you would call that, but it's a stem there and a stem there, and somehow they're all kind of fused along this line. So I've never seen a leaf like that. It's pretty cool. As I'm looking at these plum blossoms, I realize I've never actually looked at them before very closely, and they're really pretty, super cute little blossoms. Sometimes when you've laid them down and you don't get one in the right place and you try to move it, it moves 4 others. So if you can, just lay them very carefully so they stay where they need to be. Or you just keep laying over stuff over the top of it. It'll all work out. So it looks like our weather's about to turn. And I could do this in the rain, but it's not quite as fun. I might be fighting the water droplets for where to place things. So the last thing I was doing was cleaning up just around my structure, my art, just to give it a little bit more of a kind of a clean look on the outside. Or you could make it even something more jumbly on the outside, kind of change from that kind of chaos to order. Just kind of a juxtaposition. I hope you had fun, or I hope you will have fun. See you later.